Hey, it's Friday, which means it's another episode of People Like You. My name is Emmanuel Osiseri, your online personal trainer and wellness coach, and today I am met with a very, very special guest, the big fella himself, Mr. Adam Aguirre.
Yes, sir.
So thank you for coming on, by the way. I know it's last minute and everything. And so me and Adam have known each other through the planet, we've played basketball together. He's into athletics. I'm sure he'll get into that a little bit. And he also does a lot of home body fitness things as well. He's a family man, so he'll get into that. But go ahead, without further ado, introduce us about yourself a little bit.
First off, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
My name is Adam Aguirre. I'm born and raised in Bakersfield, California. I went to BHS, graduated. I have 2 beautiful stepdaughters and 3 daughters of my own and 1 son, and a beautiful wife, Marie. So very pleased to do that. Just been here for a while, man.
So I call Adam the big guy because he's into football. He also coaches youth sports as well too. So he's very active. So tell us how you got into working out, into fitness and everything. Because I know you don't have a whole bunch of time to like go to the gym regularly. But what are some things? Or let's start here. What got you into fitness? What got you into athletics, coaching, and everything? Where to start?
Just sports, man. And seeing it on TV and seeing it and playing it also just got something I really wanted to do and got very serious with it. So still trying to pursue coaching even further in my career. I got hurt, had major injuries, 3 ACL tears and surgery, so I was unable to pursue my goals of trying to go pro. So just started coaching, helping the kids out, doing something positive and doing something just where I could be to help the children in the community, where keeping the kids off the streets and stuff like that, just keeping their heads right and focused, and just been something that my mind's just been driven to do for a while now.
Yeah, nice. So that's kind of cool how you kind of incorporate your love for sports and coaching as part of your regular exercise, right? Is that where you get a lot of your cardio from? And
right, that and just I like to work alone also, so I don't hit the gym as much because I feel I get more in and could focus and be more motivated working alone, just at a park or at home or doing things like that, just activity. Also, my job, what I do is also physical, pulling, lifting, bending, things like that. So working like 40 hours or whatever, it's like that, just is also mentally and physically draining. So.
So let's talk about your workout routine. You said you work out at the park. I know you mentioned you worked out at home sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. So take us through like your regular workout routine currently.
Currently, it's just light work due to my knee injury right now. So just like light jogging, walking, squats, push-ups, sit-ups, a little bit of jump roping, just like doing things that I see off YouTube and stuff like that, getting in workouts. Just right now I'm taking it very lightly, and then once I could get my knees back healthy where I want to get them, then that's when I'll probably go step back in the gym and do the max stuff that I want to do. Right,
and what are some things that you do at the park as well?
Mainly just a lot of running, just to get my knees right, and walking, more exercising and fitness. Also, I like to do like a lot of push-ups and Navy push-ups as well, Navy SEAL push-ups, just to get my knees and arms fit, the upper body more, and then start working on the lower body when I can.
Right. So I'm glad you brought up your knee injuries as well too, because it's something that I've had to endure as well. So it's something that's relatable to me, and I'm sure a lot of our listeners right now, because a lot of times we forget that injuries are a part of working out. It's a part of sports. It's a part of life. You don't even have to be playing sports to get injured. And so what happens, or what I see a lot of, is people end up using that as an excuse or letting it limit them to what they can do. So like you said, you still try to do push-ups, you still try to do things around your knee surgery. I had the same surgery on my knee ACL as well too. So kind of take us through what that's like working out around an injury and just that whole process of
pretty painful, man.
Mental aspect of it, right?
Mentally, just got to try to fight through it, man. What pushes me is just seeing people who are born with problems, and it's, like with no arms or no legs, and still just pursuing sports or Olympics, and if they have the will to do it, then what's stopping me with a little injury, a knee injury or any type of injury? Seeing things like that, like just pretty motivates me pretty much a lot to know that if they could do it, then I can do it.
Yeah, for sure. That's a great point too. A lot of the times we're so quick to limit ourselves when we have an injury. I know when I tore my knee ligament, I want to say 4 years ago. Yeah, around 4 years ago. It was very difficult because my whole routine was just shattered. Like I couldn't go to the gym anymore, obviously, because I couldn't weight bear for the first couple of weeks. And so you're doing leg lifts, you're doing, whatever it is that you can. Kind of take us through that whole process of how you kind of recovered and how you're recovering from your knee surgeries.
It's pretty a long process. From 3 surgeries that I've had, all take at least 9 months to a year to recover. So it's been mentally tough for me going through that, just being at home, not being able to do anything, not being able to take my kids out or do little things. So I have to just elevate my leg up most of the time, ice it, just sit there and rest. So it's been a tough road to go through, but the process is day by day. So that's the way I can just pretty much look at it, take everything day by day, and just continue to do what I do until I'm fully recovered and healthy.
Right, and I think at least for me, and I'm sure for you as well too, like when you hurt yourself, when you get injured, it gives you a greater appreciation for not just sports, but the things that we have to do day to day as far as stretching and icing and stuff like that. So kind of take us through, because I don't stretch as much as I should. But I stretch more now since my injury. So kind of take us through how things like stretching and icing and just doing the little things have kind of helped, how important that is to you.
It's very important because anytime before you work out, you always want to stretch. It's very important, especially from the injury that's occurring on your body. Right. You mainly want to work on that most importantly, because that's very serious, because any little workout you could do could just re-injure it right away or inflate it or make it even worse. Right. So it's always important to stretch. I do a lot of leg stretches just because of my needs. Right. Before I start to work out or run or do a light jogging, and before and after I ice my knees, just to be on the safe side. Yeah. Also using a lot of ICI and things like that, and massaging the muscle out or the tissue and things like that, just to be aware so I don't have any injuries occur. Right,
and I know that you work a busy schedule. You have several kids, and so how does working out really help with just giving you that reset, that mental reset, that physical reset, that kind of you time? Because I know you probably don't have a lot of free time to yourself when you're working out, when you're exercising and stretching and stuff. So how does it affect you as far as your recovery? When you have a lot of stuff going on and then you finally get your time to exercise and everything, does it kind of reset you, refresh you?
Yeah, it definitely refreshes me. It's a stress relief, because that's why I like to really work alone and not be in the gym around other people. I could just focus on myself and be more motivated and paying attention to what I'm doing, and also just getting my little me time to work out and not be distracted by anyone, whether it's a kid or an adult. It's just my time to work out, and that gives me time to talk to myself and motivate myself and do what I have to do to just get to a full recovery.
For sure. And I'm glad this came up, because I was talking with a friend at work earlier, and she was telling me how she works a lot. She has a couple kids herself, and she says that she struggles to have me time. And I'm like, well, if you don't have 30 minutes to yourself every day, and it's hard for me to say it because it sounds kind of hypocritical. I don't have kids, but I can imagine you should at least have 30 minutes for you time to read, to go on a walk, to meditate, to exercise, to stretch, do something. So that kind of tailors to what you're saying as far as having that time to yourself.
It could be pretty tough, man.
It can be. I'm sure it's challenging as well too. So speaking of which, then, do you have a routine each day? Is your work schedule, your coach's schedule, is it pretty set to where you kind of have time to yourself, a little bit of time to yourself each day? Or?
I would say so.
What's it like?
The coaching, it hasn't started yet. We start back in September. So in the off time, I'm usually working or with my kids or whatever, or working out. So I just try to make time as much as I can for myself, and then on my days off, just try to do what I can with my children, take them to a water park and get their time, taking them jogs or something like that, get them out the house. And then once I do the daddy duties, then that's when I go back and then have to work out or go to work and just handle myself. Get my me time pretty much.
And I know you just had not too long ago you had your first baby boy, and so congratulations with that. And you know, speaking of spending time with family as well too, it's something that I don't really think about from this perspective, but it's kind of like cardio as well too when you're chasing them around, and when, like you say, you're going to the water park or to the park.
Cleaning up after them as well.
The whole night too. So you're constantly active, you're constantly on your feet and everything, and that's super cool. So what are some specifically for knee? Because I know, I want to say that the knee is the most injured joint in the human body. I believe so. I want to say around 40%. Don't quote me on that, but a lot of people have knee injuries that do have injuries. And so what are some things that you're doing to kind of work around knee pain specifically as well too? Because it's really difficult. You don't realize how important your knees are until you have to depend on just one good knee and then one bad knee. So what are some workarounds? What are some exercises you're doing? You mentioned icing and elevating. So
I'll do a lot of squatting. If it's not bothering me, I'll try to do minimum squats, lunges, things like that. Even jumping jacks, just something to get my knees going. Also, just I don't like to do it too much because, like I said, 3 ACL surgeries is very
that's crucial, mentally,
man.
Dude.
So
I can't imagine, man.
I don't want to go through a 4th, so I just try to keep it as light as possible as I can. I know I got the goal that I'm fully good to go. Right. So it's not 100% yet, but mainly I could just say just the icing is more important, just to not keep it inflated or get it any worse than what it should be. Right.
And I actually I'm going to do a Tuesday video on the importance of icing and how that can help during the long run, because icing really isn't, we don't think of it as important the younger we are, but as we get older we start to kind of see the importance of, or when we have injuries we start to see the importance of it. So definitely want to just kind of promote icing and taking care of yourself, because I think it's essential.
It's the smartest way to go.
It's the smartest way to go. Got to keep yourself refreshed. So and also to touch on like knee workarounds as well too. I think it's important to stimulate blood flow with a stationary bike. Did you do that or?
Yeah, I've been on that through therapy. A lot of that.
Stationary bike, road bike.
Yeah, also a treadmill as well.
Right.
Light jogging on the treadmill is very important as well.
Because for our listeners as well who can relate to this, it's very important when you have an injury or a setback to get that blood flow. So when you're working around a knee issue, it's not always just strengthening squats and everything like that. Although that does promote blood flow, things like the stationary bike, like low impact exercise, or even bicycle kicks on the ground is something that can go a long way, right?
Right.
Let's get into nutrition. I know at work you usually see my meals sometimes. You're like, man, what you eat, and stuff like that. Where are you at right now with nutrition? There's not the perfect diet or anything like that. What's been working for you so far? Or what would you like to kind of see change with your diet?
I usually eat whatever. I'm not too much on a diet, but when I feel I need to, I've been eating too much greasy food, I've been eating too much fatty, I'll usually cut down and eat like grilled or baked chicken or baked fish and white rice.
I've seen that as well too.
Very healthy, man.
The lady helps you out with that.
She stays on top of it, man. It's very important because you don't always want to just eat salty and sugar every single day. So you just want to cut back time to time. But usually a lot of chicken. I like a lot of baked chicken or grilled chicken and white rice and veggies. It's probably number 1 right there.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Steak as well.
Yeah,
it's pretty good, man.
And it's interesting too, because you mentioned something just now, like when we eat a lot of a certain type of food. Like I'll put myself out there. Like this weekend I ate a lot of fast food. I went home to LA and I they have certain restaurants we don't out here, so I just ate a lot of fast food. But it was interesting that after 2 or 3 days, my body I felt lethargic. I even felt dehydrated. So to that point, it's kind of crazy how your body lets you know when you need to slow down, switch it up, drink more water. Like I was literally craving like something with water, like watermelon or some sort of fruit, because I was just so dry. All those carbs and everything is just kind of gross. I want to talk about your support system, because you said you work you said that you work out by yourself. How important is your support system, whether it's your cousin, family, your lady, as far as keeping up your routine?
Let's say my cousin and also my wife. Like my cousin Andre, who was on the
Right.
podcast
Episode
not too
16.
long ago, he's also started changing his diet and working out a lot now.
Right.
So seeing him work out also motivates me. It was his idea, to start working out. Sometimes we work out together as well, and give each other that push, because sometimes you do need that.
Absolutely.
So seeing him doing that, and also my wife just telling me she doesn't like seeing me down with my knee injuries and stuff. So she also motivates me. Just try to cheer me up and just motivate me to do the best I can and be the best I could be.
Yeah, and it's cool too, because a lot of times when I talk about like accountability, people think that you need like 8 or 9 accountability buddies, or you have to have all these sorts of people that to keep tabs. Like no, it just it can be 1 or 2 people, exactly. Especially if they're close to you, like your cousin or your wife. So that's super cool. I want to transition now back to youth sports and your coaching and everything. How is it rewarding working with kids and everything? How are you able to help them with fitness and stuff like that?
Just getting out there, I get fired up every time, dude. I wish I could be in their shoes and be running the routes or running the ball or throwing the ball, and just motivating them and getting them pumped before the games and getting them pumped before practice, like during practices and stuff. It drives me. Also, doing a lot of exercises and stretches as well with the kids. It just shows like how much what they could do. They have so much potential doing exercises or doing workouts or even doing the plates and all that stuff. Just seeing the kids grow up and knowing that I'm doing something that's positive for who's not even my kids.
Right.
Just coaching them up. It just always just lights me up, man. It fires me up.
It's always rewarding too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're able to have that impact on them, as far as like the importance of stretching. Like you said, we know with injuries, we know the importance of it. We know the importance of icing and stuff. So you get to pass that down to them, and I'm sure that's as good as it gets.
Yeah, man. Be a bigger brother, much as I can to them.
Yeah, for sure. So do you have any fitness goals, maybe return to play? I know you're working on strengthening stuff. I know I've worked on you as well too. Do you have any specific goals that you're working towards, or?
Just mainly getting to 100% of my full body, and then go from there. Like I said, take it day by day and then see what happens. Maybe try to get back into football or see where I can go, find a semi-pro. If not, then I would just stick to coaching and just try to pursue that as much as I can, see how far I can go with that.
Yeah, definitely. And it's always easy to pursue things and be successful in things that you're passionate about. I know that's something, youth sports is something that you're super passionate about, and that's super cool, that's super rewarding. What are some cardio stuff that you do too? Because I know you mentioned some of them, but you also did boxing, right? Yeah, so kind of take us into that. And do you still box, or?
No, I did boxing. I want to say from seventh grade to the end of my freshman year. Sophomore year, I caught Valley Fever. Yeah, so I was out for like 2 months. I was hospitalized. I lost a lot of weight, and I just had to get my energy and gain my weight back. It took a lot out of me, but I did that for a couple of years. And then that's when I just went to pursue football. But the Valley Fever kept me down for a pretty long time. And that's when I just had to let it go.
That's rough, man. I took a boxing class at Cal State Bakersfield right here. Just kind of, it wasn't even a class. I guess it was a class, but it wasn't like official. You can just go to the gym at any time, and on certain days they'll have a boxing instructor there.
Yeah.
And man, I loved it, dude. Just learning how to throw a hook properly and pivoting, and just
it's all in here.
Great cardio.
Yeah,
great cardio for sure. So towards the end of each episode, I like for our guests to share, leave something with our listeners that can help to inspire, motivate them, something that's helped you out, a book, a quote, or something that you kind of live by that's helped you along your way. Because I know you've been through a whole bunch of injuries, mental setbacks, and stuff like that. What's something that's helped you along the way that you can leave with our listeners?
I would say another motivation also, you know this, my son was born and he had heart issues, and he had to have 2 heart surgeries at a young age, and around 2 months. And me and my wife were going back to LA and back and forth. You know, I had to work, and I'm driving back to LA just to check on my son. And he didn't get out the hospital until he was 4 months to come home. So seeing him go through that, it also motivates me to do that. So if a little baby could fight through a heart surgery, and there's nothing that nobody can't do to pursue their mind and push what they want to do. And the quote, I have a quote. I would say it's not the dog in the fight, it's the fight in the dog.
There you go, man. Old school.
That's as best as I can give it to you. Keep fighting, man. Don't give up on your dreams. Do what you gotta do, man. Don't let nobody ever tell you can't do something. Go do it.
Yeah, no, and sometimes it's just as simple as that too. Sometimes it's as simple as just going after what you're passionate about and stuff, and just letting everything take care of itself. And to your first point as well too, just using other people's setbacks as motivation is a lot of times just straight out just humbling, right? Like,
absolutely,
man, I don't feel like going to the gym, but this guy is fighting for his life to walk, and if he could walk, he would be going to, just like sort of thing. So it always puts things in perspective, and that's good stuff. That's good stuff. All right, so let's close it on a fun note. I like to finish with some rapid fire, quick questions.
Real quick, man. I gotta tell you this, man.
Here we go.
I gotta tell you this, man.
All right.
Not a lot of people know what you do, man, but you work crazy hours, dude. I gotta give it to you, man.
Oh, I appreciate it.
You get off work just right now. You got off at 12, man. You grinding each and every day. You giving people opportunities to talk about their life and stuff. So, man, I really appreciate what you do, man. You motivate me, man. I love you, man.
I appreciate it. I love you too, bro. You good peoples, man. I appreciate that.
No problem.
I love what I do, and it just kind of goes back to being passionate about it and stuff too.
Yes,
and just like you are with coaching, nobody can take you away from coaching.
There you go, man.
You work crazy hours as well.
Man.
Absolutely. All right, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. What's the first thing that you think of when you wake up?
Shower, brush my teeth.
Man, right away, routine. Would you rather be a master of every musical instrument or be fluent in every language?
Be fluent in every language.
Why? You said that confidently.
Man, just you could hear it, you could learn stuff, and you could hear what people are saying. You could also talk it back. If you're ever in trouble, if you gotta go somewhere, your car break down, and anybody pulls up that don't speak English, well, hey, okay.
Exactly, dude. I think everybody has said language on this one.
Yeah.
Learning every musical instrument is kind of like,
that's tough.
I mean, unless you want to do like, I mean, that would be useful for like a concert, like get your Prince on and stuff, like just play all these different. But yeah, I would definitely like language. All right, would you rather be a deep sea diver or an astronaut? Astronaut. Would you rather take a guaranteed $100,000 or a 50-50 shot at $1 million?
100,000. Pursue it. Invest to $1 million.
That's how I think. Exactly. Me too. Tacos or pizza?
Tacos.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Breakfast or dinner? Dinner. Netflix or YouTube?
YouTube.
Money or free time?
I gotta go with that money, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I appreciate the honesty.
I love it.
Winter or summer?
I'm a winner, baby. December 13th, man.
Yeah, that's right. What did you want to be as a kid growing up?
Football player.
Football player, nice. What's your team again?
San Francisco 49ers.
We play you guys.
For all you haters out there, man. San Francisco, baby.
We play you guys in December, man. I might go to that game.
Hey, let's
Falcons
do it.
right here all day. All right, we'll see what happens. One person, dead or alive, you'd love to have dinner with?
My idol, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That'll be a fun dinner, man.
Yes, sir.
He's a cool guy. I don't think anybody dislikes him.
That's the true big fella
That's the true big fella right there. All right, and last one. If you could be any animal in the world, what would it be and why?
Black Panther, man.
Yeah, that's like the second or third Panther.
Black Panther, man. They smooth. They just look like beasts, man. The color of them, they just.
I like that.
Black Panther, man.
Smooth,
a lot of people say a lion or
I'm a
Stuff
lying
like that.
guy.
I say Black Panther.
That's respectable though, because when you think about it, they kind of just chill.
They never get bothered or anything.
Yeah,
man, it's pretty chill.
I like that, man. Well, hey, that's all that we have, man. I really enjoyed this episode. Thank you for coming again on short notice. I appreciate it.
Thanks for
I know you're as busy as me, man, so I truly appreciate it.
No problem, man.
Good luck on your fitness journey. Gotta get you back on here, brother.
Thank you, man.
All right.